As we enter into the latest stage of multi-year pandemic, if you are looking for a pulse-pounding distraction from our reality, or maybe just a reminder that things could be worse, there is a penalty of cinematics fodder that can be lent to some escapism in extremes. From dangerous environment to apocalyptic hellscaping, here are the 10 great movies to the watch about survival and endurance. Number 10, Touching the Void. This is one of the most stressful, blood pressure rising entries in the list, not least because of its true story told by real survivors in 1985. Veteran mountaineers Joe Spimpum and Simon Yates set out the scale to the Peruvian mountain Ciula Granite, a climb no had ever completed before. Though they successfully reached the summit, a storm turns their descent into the harrowing and near-fatal ordeal, which is the told here through a combination of reenactment and first-person reviews both Simpsons and Yeti. Number 9, Life of Pi. Adapted from Ian Martel award-winning 2001 novel of same name, this ocean survival tale follows the 16-year-old Pi who survived a shipwreck to find himself stranded off a lifeboat with a Bengal tiger named Richard Parker. Among other zoo animals, it seems blend the philosophical drama and gripping adventure. Number 8, 127 Hours. James Franco Oscar-nominated performance is this centerpiece of this gripping, fascinating take a very real survival story in 2003. A climber Aaron Laston suffered a fall during a solo climb in Utah Canyonland National Park and ended with a pin in the place by boulder which crushed his arm. As the hours stretched on, he realized his only hope of survival was to amputate his own arm. Needless to say, prepare yourself for a stressful but ultimately inspiring viewing experience. Number 7, Open Water. You may think about twice about your next scuba diving getaway after watching this deeply upsetting horror movie. Loosely based on real case of 1998, Open Water follows a couple who are stranded during a scuba expedition after their group accidentally leaves them behind. After rescue facing to find themselves alone, their surprise quickly turns a panic when they realize they are in a shark-infested waters. Number 6, Apollo 13. The original space survival story, Ron Howard, is a classic documentary drama bringing to life the failed in 1970 Open lunar mission, during which an oxygen tank exploded, damaging the spaceship and critically depleting the crew oxygen supply. Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and Bill Paxton star as a trio of astronauts who are forced to keep their cool and work with NASA on series of jury-rigged solutions to patch up their craft, and they get home safely against the odds. Number 5, Castaway. No list of survival stories would be complete without this iconic Tom Hanks starring entry, which is both a compelling drama about human endurance and touching romance between a man and the volleyball. After his plane crash in the Pacific, Hanks' everyman wishes up to the inhabited island and is forced to fend for himself in a month, all alone expectation for Wilson. Number 4, The Road. While post-apocalyptic may be the very last genre you are interesting to watch right now, this hunting adaptation of Cormac McCarthy's novel is worth to agony. Viggo Mortensen starring as the unnamed man who is struggling to take care of his own son in the black wasteland that after once America. Though hardly uplifting, The Road is a gripping exploration of endurance and paternal love. Number 3, Rescue Down. Christian Bale is now well known for his dramatic body transformations, and one of his most memorable was for a role of the Richard Dangler, a pilot whose plane was not shot out of the sky during the Vietnam War. Dangler was taken captive by the pathetic Lao and communist organization who tried to force Dangler to denounce America. The film follows captivity alongside a number of fellow Americans and the prisoner escape attempts. Number 2, All Is Lost. This is about a minimalist as movie get. Robert Redford is sole cast member and he barely speak a word throughout the 106-minute running time. Redford plays a sailor who gets lost in the Indian Ocean after a shipwreck and must survive out to the open sea after being forced to abandon ship. Number 1, Everest. Based on a tragic true story from 1996, this star-studded adventure drama follows 8 climbers who attempt to summit Mount Everest turned deadly during a blizzard. Jake Gyllenhaal and Jason Clarke star as the leader of 2 rival expedition groups, all of whom end up fighting of their lives against increasingly bleak odds.